Do you realize how much you're really spending on coffee every day? It may seem like a harmless habit, but here's the shocking truth. If you buy just one $3 cup of coffee each day, that's $1,095 a year. Now, imagine this. You could be turning that $1,095 into thousands, even millions, just by investing it instead. In this video, we're diving into how your daily coffee habit is secretly draining your wealth, and how making one small change could help you build a fortune. We'll show you how compound interest works like magic, turning small daily investments into big gains over time. Plus, we'll explore the hidden costs you're ignoring and how to shift your mindset to start building wealth today. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be thinking twice before reaching for that next cup of coffee. Get ready to discover the real cost of that daily brew and how you can start investing for your future with what you're already spending. Chapter 1. The Latte Lie. Unveiling hidden costs. We've all heard the phrase, "It's just a cup of coffee," but have you ever stopped to think about the real cost of that daily habit? Sure, a $3 coffee doesn't sound like much, but when you multiply it by 365 days a year, that's over $1,000 spent annually. Imagine what that money could do for your future if you invested it instead. Small daily purchases like coffee are often overlooked because they don't feel like big expenses. Yet, when you add them up over time, they can really start to eat into your finances. According to a study by Bankrate, nearly 70% of Americans don't have enough saved for emergencies. Daily indulgences, like that cup of coffee, are a huge reason why many people live paycheck to paycheck. But what if you stopped buying coffee every day and put that money into something that grows over time? Let's take the example of Starbucks. The average Starbucks drink costs about $4.15. If you invested that same $4.15 into a low-cost index fund instead, like the S&P 500, which has an average annual return of about 7%, you'd be building wealth without even thinking about it. Here's the kicker. Over 10 years, that $4.15 a day could grow into more than $16,000. Now, that's a powerful reminder that what we spend on small indulgences could be funding our future. The secret here isn't cutting out small joys from your life. It's simply shifting your focus from instant gratification to long-term gain. Think of it this way. Each coffee could be an investment into your financial future instead of a quick energy boost. One of the most eye-opening examples of this comes from The Millionaire Next Door, a book that talks about how ordinary people build wealth by avoiding small but unnecessary purchases. The author, Thomas Stanley, says, "The wealthy don't spend money on things that depreciate. They invest in things that appreciate." Coffee might not seem like a depreciating asset, but in terms of wealth building, it does nothing to appreciate your financial portfolio. Chapter 2. Compound Interest. The unseen power behind your coffee budget. Let's talk about the magic of compound interest. It's the reason why small investments made today can turn into massive fortunes in the future. Albert Einstein called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. He understood that a dollar invested today grows exponentially over time. So, how does compound interest work? Simply put, it's when your investment earns interest, and that interest then starts earning its own interest. This snowball effect means your money can grow much faster than if you just saved it in a regular bank account. Here's a simple example. If you took your $3.50 daily coffee habit and invested it instead, let's say in a stock market index fund with a 7% annual return, here's what would happen. After 1 year, you'd have about $1,330. After 5 years, that would grow to $7,500. And after 10 years? $18,000. The key point here is that compounding doesn't just work on large amounts of money. It's the small amounts that add up quickly over time. A book, The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins, explains this perfectly. The stock market is a wealth-building machine, and the earlier you start, the more you benefit from compounding. By simply taking that $3.50 and putting it to work every day, you could be building a significant nest egg without ever noticing it. Just like planting a tree today and watching it grow into a massive oak over the years. You won't see it all at once, but the results will speak for themselves. Here's something even more exciting. If you were to up the ante and invest $5 a day, you'd have more than $25,000 in 10 years, even with conservative growth. It's the power of letting your money work for you, not the other way around. Chapter 3. The $1 million brew. How small habits build big fortunes. Imagine this. Every time you reach for that coffee, you're passing up an opportunity to build a $1 million fortune. It sounds far-fetched, but let's break it down. Most people think they need a huge sum of money to get started with investing. But in reality, it's the small, consistent habits that make all the difference. For instance, if you saved $5 a day instead of buying coffee, and invested that in the stock market, you could easily reach a $1 million nest egg in about 50 years. That's the power of investing small amounts over a long period of time. With an average annual return of 7%, your money grows exponentially. Don't believe it? Let's look at an example. According to the Vanguard Group, a leading investment firm, the average return of the stock market over the long term is around 7%. If you started at age 25, investing just $5 a day could turn into over $1 million by the time you're 75. That's $5 a day. The cost of a cup of coffee. It doesn't feel like much, but it adds up. It's easy to think that small habits don't matter when it comes to building wealth. But the truth is, these habits have a cumulative effect. The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel explains this concept perfectly. Wealth is what you don't see. It's the savings you don't spend. It's the habits that build up over time. If you spent that same $5 a day on investments instead of coffee, you'd be doing a lot more than just saving money. You'd be building wealth. Another interesting fact. Did you know that the average American spends about $1,100 a year on coffee? That's a lot of money that could be put to better use. If you invested that amount into an index fund with a 7% return, you'd have $6,000 in just 5 years. In 20 years, that could easily turn into $50,000. That's the type of return you'd miss out on if you continue with the latte habit. Now, you may be thinking, but coffee makes me happy. And that's true, it's the little things that keep us going. But why not find a way to enjoy your coffee and still secure your future? What if you made the choice to invest that $5, and then, when your portfolio grows, you could afford even more coffee without worrying about the cost? The beauty of value investing is that it's about making smart choices over the long haul. Just like a small cup of coffee can fuel your day, small daily investments can fuel your financial future. Subscribe to our channel to learn more about how small daily changes can unlock huge financial opportunities. Chapter 4. The opportunity cost of a daily latte. Are you missing the bigger picture? Let's talk about opportunity cost. Every time you choose to buy that cup of coffee, you're choosing to spend your money on something that may not give you long-term value. Opportunity cost refers to the potential gains you could have made if you made a different decision. For instance, if you buy coffee every day instead of investing that money, you miss out on the chance to build wealth. And not just in terms of the coffee's cost. You're missing out on the returns you could have earned from investing that money. Let's look at it from a different angle. Imagine you saved $3.50 each day, which adds up to $1,277.50 a year. If you invested that in the stock market, with an average return of 7%, you would have $3,350 after 5 years. That's a nice boost to your finances, all from skipping a daily coffee habit. When you understand opportunity cost, you start to see how small habits can make a huge difference over time. Think of each small purchase as a decision between spending today or investing in tomorrow. That's a powerful mindset to shift into if you want to build wealth. Chapter 5. Why coffee is a stealthy investor's worst enemy. Coffee isn't just a beverage, it's a stealthy enemy to your wealth-building journey. While you might think of it as a harmless indulgence, it can silently sabotage your financial future. A simple $3.50 cup of coffee may seem innocent, but it can actually prevent you from reaching your financial goals. The key to successful investing is consistency. And the more you make small, regular contributions to your investment portfolio, the faster your wealth grows. But coffee, in all its comforting glory, often stands in the way of those small contributions. Chapter 6. From brew to blue chip. Turning coffee cash into assets. Now that you know the hidden costs of daily coffee, what's the solution? It's simple. Turn that coffee money into assets. Rather than spending on something that disappears within minutes, redirect that money into investments that build wealth. If you started investing just $5 a day, you'd be setting yourself up for a much stronger financial future. Stocks, bonds, index funds, there are plenty of options that can turn your $5 into a significant sum. It's about making smarter choices with your money, and with time, your portfolio will start to grow. So, next time you're about to reach for that coffee, think about the future you're creating. You can enjoy your daily cup, but why not make that small change and start investing? The wealth you're building today will pay off tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe for more practical tips on how small changes can lead to big financial gains over time.